All right, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Ty Ballou, PLB Sports, Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy, that great charity, Blue Skies. His eyes were a little heavy last night, so your Pratt Pack said, you get some shut-eye, and we stuck it out through the end. But let me just tell you something, folks. I don't think I've seen a better ending of any sporting event in Pittsburgh. I don't know, maybe the immaculate reception, maybe Maz's home run. All I know is double overtime. First time in a Game 7 in 20 years in the National Hockey League. Assist from Schultz and Crosby. Kunitz shoots and scores, and it's all over 3-2. Now Nashville, Game 1, Stanley Cup Final, PPG Paints Arena, coming up at 8 o'clock on NBC Monday night. Doc Emmerich, Eddie Olczyk, and Pierre Maguire. Mr. Ballou, step in here on the Comcast Sports Line. What a finish, huh?
What a finish. 5:09, second overtime. Right, Kunitz from Schultz and Crosby. How about that setup from Sid? Two players on Sid. Kunitz is wide open. Kunitz has not had the greatest last month until it's almost like Oli Mata. Where was Oli Mata? Scores 2 goals early on in the series. Chris Kunitz playing well, hasn't scored. I don't think anybody had 2 goals, double overtime Kunitz winner, but that's just the way it goes. As we've talked about this, Rob, it's every line, every player, someone always seems to step up a little differently. And last night it was Chris Kunitz, unbelievable. Sorry I couldn't join you last night, but I'm happy to be on here today.
Well, we're glad to have you. Listen, I got to tell you, Mike Milbury really stepped up on the NBC Sports Network and said, Crosby's been poked, pushed, shoved. He's been really beat up, as both teams are, really. But Ottawa will go home, play a little golf, and now it is Nashville, Game 1. And, when you think Nashville, you think maybe the best defensive hockey team right now in the National Hockey League. And they're going to have to contend with Crosby, Kessel, Malcolm, Ginzel, Kunitz, and Rust. Malcolm is, folks, pushing for that second Conn Smythe, 24 points in 19 games. And when you look at what they have to offer as far as that wonderful team that is Nashville, let's face it, this is the first time they are in the NHL final. They've been in existence since 1998. It's going to be an epic battle. It would have been much nicer to take on Anaheim because they're more offensive-minded, but that wasn't in the cards. It will be the Pens in Nashville, and this is a heck of a defensive team, and let's hope that the Pens fare better against this defense than they did against Ottawa, who really, tip of the hat, played a tremendous Eastern Conference final tie.
Oh, they really did, Rob. I mean, at Game 7, after that Game 5, did we really think there was going to be 2 more games? It was 7-0 Pens, completely whitewashed that team. It really looked like Ottawa gave up. And, the game was virtually over. They came back. They got Game 6 back up in Ottawa, and then a double overtime. You're absolutely right. But I agree with you on the Preds. Pekka Rinne has just played absolutely out of his mind. They got PK Subban. They have a very, very deep team. And I think it's going to just be a great battle. I could see this going 6 or 7. I don't think it's going to be, 4 or 5 games here, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's great that the Pens have home ice advantage on this, and I can't wait till Monday.
Yeah, and Renna, their netminder, has been a veteran with this team for many, many years, and it's nice to see him have an opportunity, but I just hope he doesn't give us fits like Anderson did. Forsberg also on that team for Nashville. When you think of Nashville, though, what do you think? How to play it close to their vest, too, and keep the Pens kind of corralled and try to keep them off their skates?
I think the latter on that, Rob, and I think that's kind of their MO. And, it really, when it comes down to it in the Stanley Cup, there's a reason that the Pens are there and the reason that Nashville is there. And it really, I think it's been, defensive-minded teams and goaltenders that have really stepped up. The Pens are blessed to have Murray and Marc-Andre on the bench. And, no, I think it's going to be, I'll say this, and then I'll be completely wrong, but I can't imagine a 5-2 game or 7-0 game. I see a game like last night. It goes 3-2 in overtime. The Pens should have probably shut that down in the third period. I think we're all thinking that when they were up 2-1. And then Ottawa comes back and scores with, about 4 minutes left. But I see this be tightly contested. I see this being a low-scoring battle all the way through. The Pens have more firepower. But, again, there's a reason that Nashville has got here, and that's an incredible goaltender in Rinne and a very, very strong defense and some good scoring punch. You're right. Forsberg is a strong player. They've got Ryan Johnson. They've got others. But 2-1, 1-0. I think that's going to be probably the MO going forward.
And I got to tell you, this has got to be a windfall because you and I love to talk business. We know what the Pens can do as far as ringing the cash register in Pittsburgh, and you got to love it. But Nashville, Music City, you put that great country music, you put those hockey players on the ice, you put a 7-game series out there, you get a couple of games in Nashville after game 1 and 2 here in Pittsburgh. That's going to mean a lot of money changing hands, and that's a good thing for the city of Nashville.
Oh, I think so too. And think about Nashville, Buck. I mean, this is hockey is relatively new down there. Nashville obviously has never progressed as far. I think we've seen all the highlights on TV about the crowds, both inside and outside the venue. So, and I know they have all these country stars there, but the one thing that I think we have other than anybody else is Jeff Jimerson. How unbelievable is he? So he may be the deciding factor in the cup here.
Listen, I can't thank you enough. Have a wonderful weekend. And you and I are going to be talking right here on Facebook and YouTube as we work our way through this final. Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your holiday, okay, Ty Ballou?
Robbie, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Look forward to catching up.
Have a great rest of your day, everybody.